Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at Facebook, or now known as Meta, and we're going to do a quick little 5-minute valuation. I'm going to show you a couple things in this video that we haven't done in the previous videos in the last few weeks. First thing, so the last filings that Facebook actually published was through September, so we actually only have 9 months of their 2021 data. So I'm going to show you the method I use to annualize this. Pretty rudimentary, pretty basic, but a good little shortcut to get kind of where you want to get. So first I copy over the 2021 data. So you'll see here they're already at 84.2 billion in revenue. So they've actually almost reached their 2020 revenue 3/4 of the way through the year. So pretty impressive. So what I want to do is I want to annualize this 84 billion and get a rough proxy of where they're going to finish the year. So in order to do this, what I do is I look at the 2020 9-month, which they'll also provide to you in the same filing as the 2021. Let me pull that up real quick just to show you guys. So if you scroll down, you'll see income statement, that's balance sheet, and here we go, income statement. You'll see 9 months ended, 2021 and 2020. So I just copy over basically both these columns. And then what you're going to do for 2020, you can actually divide this revenue into their full year because we already have their full year from the previous 10K. You'll get 67.3%. Super simple. Now we're going to go ahead and just take the 9 months of 2021, divide it by the 67.3 to get a rough annualization based off historical performance. So very simple, very easy, and that gets us to about 125 billion for the year. So pretty impressive if they can end up landing there. Rest of my model built out down here. I talked through this actually in a video I posted back in April. I'll link that in the description below. But we basically predict future revenue based off daily and monthly active users, and then the ARPU, or average revenue per user. So go ahead and watch those videos if you're interested how we get that calculation, but we do that out for 10 years. Copy over the most recent balance sheet. No reason to annualize this because it's always just a snapshot in time, so there's not really an annualization factor. And then the DCF once we have it all linked up. So I think what you'll see here, pretty impressive growth actually, even from 2018 to 2020, right? And then 2020 to 2021, they're on a very fast trajectory. So what my model has here is basically we have them slowing down. Historically, they've been growing 20% and then almost 50% this year if they can actually close at where we think they will. And, I think that's very possible because they're already at 2020 full year revenue. So have them growing nowhere near where they have historically. Kind of, all my other DCF assumptions are in here. I have a lot of videos where I walk through this in a lot more detail just on how to think about these things. So feel free to watch those. But we'll use a 10% weighted average cost of capital. Reason I do this, no reason to calculate WACC. That's a waste of time. I have a video as well explaining why it's not really worth your time or effort to do an economic approach here, especially in a low rate environment. But 10% is about historical S&P return. I think it's about 11%. Obviously if you back out inflation, you get 7 to 8% somewhere in that nature historically. But we just use 10%. That's the required return we need as an investor with a 3% terminal growth, and we're getting a $1 trillion valuation. And you can see if we do a little sensitivity here based off perpetuity growth and then just different WACCs, you get anywhere from 757 to 1.6 billion, or 1.6 trillion, excuse me. And, something to note here, I think, is, right, this is with revenue not growing as fast as it has historically. I think that there's a lot of upside here. And if we look at their current market cap, if we pull up Yahoo Finance here, right, they're trading at $917 billion. So, I think they're trading pretty fairly, to be honest. And I think there's room for upside, but I also think there's a lot of risk with Facebook. They've had a lot of bad publicity, a lot of bad press. So one of those things that you probably just have to watch out for. It could go sour if the government regulation hops in or a lot of user protests, anything of that nature. So, but I think currently, I think it's pretty fairly valued based off how they've done in 2021. If they can kind of sustain this level of revenue and grow off of it, I think that this could be a pretty good play. But, time will tell. And at the end of 2021, we'll come back and we'll put in the real numbers and we'll see how close did they finish to what we were kind of projecting out here after 9 months. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions or comments and leave them below.